Milton, I'm so excited. Today is my January 1st. When you hear those words, what resonates with you? What do you hear?
It's really, for me, it's fairly simple. I get to choose to start over anytime that I want. Excuse me. I get to start over anytime that I want. I get to choose, right? I don't care what the world says. I don't care what, what my circumstances are. I get to choose at any point in time to start over. And today I choose for it to be my January the 1st.
That's right. So tomorrow morning when you wake up and your feet hit the ground, tell yourself today is my January 1st. That's so important. Milton, repeat after me. Today is my January 1st.
Today is my January 1st.
That was pretty good. One more time. A little more energy, a little more enthusiasm. And you can say it as well at home. You can say it at home on the count of 3. Milton's going to say it, you say it, and then we got to get going. We've got a show to go. But 1, 2, 3.
Today is my January 1st.
I believe you, by the way. This is your year. This is your moment. This is your time. And we're going to make it happen. Milton, step back. Now is your time to shine, my brother. Talk about the power of visual branding and talk about why everyday entrepreneur like Joyce Correa Wing, who's a social media expert, I didn't know she was on here. What's up? What's up? What's up? How they can use visual branding to extend their message, reach their target audience, and make a difference for the people they are called to serve.
So I really believe that this. And good evening, everyone. In Trinidad, my family's from Trinidad, so I would, we would say good night, right? We'd say good night to everybody if you're in the Caribbean, right? And so when it comes to visual branding, I really feel like it's synonymous with story, right? There's a reason why you got in business, right? And so with regards to visual branding, what it really boils down to, it's like putting a bunch of pieces to a puzzle together, right? It's not just a pretty picture. It's not just video. It's a series of things that all come together to be able to articulate your story, right? And so I'm a huge believer of, I don't care what your product or your service is that you offer or what solution that you offer out there. When you go to put that story out there, it needs to be put out there in a way that disrupts, number 1, connects, number 2, and collects coins, number 3. And I think if you have those 3 things in place, I think when you have your visual branding in place, it will do that for you on automatically, right? If something is off, if at any point in time, if you're not collecting coins and you're not connecting with people and you're not disrupting people's pattern with your visual branding, then there's something that's off.
Why do people struggle with visual branding so much? And you're going to give us some examples in a moment, but what's the holdback? I mean, it seems like it's a couple colors, like it's having a crayon. I put a color green here and a color blue there, and hopefully it grabs someone's attention. Seems like it should be easy. Seems like people have heard about it. Why do everyday entrepreneurs, you saw like a Jarvis Taylor who's on here right now who says today is my January 1st. He has a promotional company, an amazing, incredible individual. You got people like Joy White who does modeling, at least that's what I see on the internet, and so many folks. Why do we as entrepreneurs, why do we struggle so much with really getting that visual brand and that messaging so we can have a lifestyle brand?
So I feel like with regards to I think there's 2 separate things, right? Okay. Creating the lifestyle is a direct, I think it's a result of getting your messaging in order, getting your that vibe in order, right? There's a certain feel and vibe that comes to it. So for me, when I'm consulting my clients, I want to know what makes you unique. Why did you get in business in the first place, right? I think one of the biggest problems, Shay, is people put the cart before the horse. They care about the pretty before they care about the solution, right? And so I believe if your solution is solid and you're getting predictable results, then you can start to focus on, the pretty, if you will, right? But if your product is not solid and all you focus on is the pretty, then again, you're putting the cart before the horse. I found I shoot a lot of curvy women, right? And I'm with a lot of credentials, right? So I shoot a lot of women, and sometimes women want to be able to stand behind their brands. And this is the reason why I champion the Black Girl Magic. I champion the empowerment of Black women getting in front of their brands, getting beside their brands, so that they can put a face with whatever the solution is. I don't care if it's a product or service. And so with regards to that, when it's time for them to get in front of the camera, a lot of times there's some hesitation there. They know they have to do it. They know that, but they're being forced to. And it's one of these things where I don't necessarily know if I don't. They're judging themselves and they're comparing themselves from where they are now in comparison to what they maybe possibly used to look like. And you talked about today is our January 1st, and then what I said was it's a choice. And guess what? It's a choice for you to decide. You know what? If I don't like what I see, I can change it. It's a choice. I can choose to change it if I choose to.